Register your game for what exactly? Stream elements, alright. Let me try to correct a few things here. And make sure that Twitch is at least up to date with what I'm doing. Yep, so says Legends Arceus, doesn't it? He updated the stream there. Okay. Okay. Should be good now. So, here's how we're going to start things out. Canonically, this character is supposed to be male. We're going to start out as a scout because we need to actually pigeonhole in on a few specific skills. So, and I have my finger on muting the desktop because there is something we do have to mute one thing, unfortunately. It's the wrong hair color, but this is the closest thing we have to me. It's the wrong hair color. So this is based on, I think it's 3rd edition? Either 2nd or 3rd, I don't remember, of Dungeons and Dragons. So honestly, that is about right. But what we should do is we need to focus a bit less on overall strength. And I need to pump this into charisma. Take 1 point off dexterity and then put that into wisdom as well. Because we're going to need it. Hopefully I don't regret that. Okay. Particularly we need to put points into repair, computer use, persuade to a point because we don't really... We can't really take advantage of it yet. So let's put 2 points in the persuade. And then... yeah, we'll put 4 in. Nah, we'll put, pump 4 in awareness. Okay, let's master 2-weapon fighting first. Or maybe toughness. That would be helpful. Yeah. Let's get toughness. And then, don't really have a name in mind. So, it'd be kind of weird to call ourselves by my screen name, because it doesn't really make sense in concept. Unless I just separate the words. Or let's combine some names, huh? Huh? How about that? Alright. So, obviously I have to mute this section. Because, I don't want to get sued by Disney. Now, initially I was going to play this myself, but unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, I can't. Knights of the Old Republic. 4,000 years before the rise of the Galactic Empire, the Republic verged on collapse. Darth Malak, last surviving apprentice of the Dark Lord Revan, has unleashed an invincible Sith armada upon an unsuspecting galaxy. Crushing all resistance, Malak's war conquest has left the Jedi Order scattered and vulnerable, as countless knights fall in battle, and many more swear allegiance to the new Sith Master. In the skies above the Outer Rim world of Terrace, a Jedi battle fleet engages the forces of Darth Malak in a desperate effort to halt the Sith's galactic domination. Okay, we're in the safety zone now. For anyone watching, is the game too loud? Definitely is on my end.
Ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Who are you?
I'm Traz Velgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Who's Bastila?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really, but she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I heard what everyone's saying about you. You've explored the farthest reaches of the galaxy. You visited planets I've never even heard of. People with your skills and abilities are hard to find. It's no wonder the Republic recruited you for this mission. But now's the time to prove yourself. I know you're a scout and not a soldier. But Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
Okay, let's go help Bastila.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Okay. So, one thing that this game does, too, is this guy is literally your tutorial dump. But anyway. Honestly, that sounds like a Star Wars name. Alright. I'll explain some more mechanics as we go along. Let me make sure that we're not going to just get completely blanked, because this game does get kind of brutal. Okay. You didn't see that.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own. Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown. But don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock...
Okay.
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
This is KOTOR. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge.
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Let's move out.
That door's locked. I don't have the codes to open it. Switch me to the party leader so you can use my security skills to slice into the access panel and open the door.
Okay.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic! Sure.
This guy wants to get up close and personal. Let's oblige. Unless Trash just finishes him off anyway.
Last battle with the Sith. Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds.
Okay. We don't really need them, fortunately. Our health isn't that bad. It takes some getting used to because I'm not used to playing this game on his version. Yeah, that's how you stack that. Actions. I somehow combine actions and options. Not bad. Not bad at all. Armor, it just decreases it increases your overall defense. How that works is the higher your defense versus the roll that they get, because they're rolling a d20. So do bear that in mind. They have to roll a d20. If their d20 roll does not exceed or match your defensive factor, then they miss. How do you switch targets? Ah, that's how. Eat this. Somehow it didn't explode when it hit the roof. That makes sense. So aside from the opening test crawl, of course, this doesn't seem like much of a Star Wars game, does it? Well, it just so happens.
It's a dark Jedi. This fight is too much for him. We better stay back. All we do is get in the way.
It's a reminder that it is indeed a Star Wars game.
Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help.
Alright, well, this is getting us nowhere. Charge! Looks like my roll to hit didn't work.
Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Alright. So repair, computer use, treat injury, and I'll spec 1 point in demolitions. Or spec a point in dueling.
Something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Remember that guy. He'll be important later.
This is Cartho Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
Their awareness is definitely low. Now, I believe if your character says something while you're fighting, that means that you rolled a critical hit. So I just rolled a nat 20.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
What's funny is, you mean to tell me that they didn't hear that on the other side? computer spikes are more plentiful than repair parts are. So how this works is you just very simply do this, and it gives you an option to overload the power conduit using 4 computer spikes. So we keep one. Then as soon as you do this, I recommend doing that and holding on to your repair parts because you're going to need the repair parts for something much later. Oh, so this guy's important. He leaves you one of the best weapons in the game, at least at this point. One of the better melee weapons, because we'll get to it in a sec.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
Who are you?
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left in the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on. There'll be time for questions later.
That was a close call. Yes. No, don't do that. No.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
I had a strange dream, like a vision or something.
I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably having all kinds of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
I guess I owe you my life.
You
Thanks.
don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Bastila, she's the one from the Endar Spire, right?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith Master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
How can one person, even a Jedi, be so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course, there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
So what do you suggest we do next?
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice. A luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So, if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
Any idea where we should start looking for Bastila?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed. I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
What do you know about Malak and the Sith?
Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malak and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster. Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against
When someone
the wishes of the
falls so
Council,
far.
they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. Something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They
There's
formed
more
an
to
army
it than that,
of
though.
ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Bastila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds.
Wanted to ask you something else.
I'll tell you whatever.
I'd like to know some more about you,
I understand
Karth.
why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next while. But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later.
The sooner we start looking for Bastila, the sooner we find her. Let's go.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. Wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Unfortunately, this game commits the marginal sin of making the music way too loud and the dialogue not loud enough. But anyway, yeah, here's the introduction to workbenches. Certain items you'll come across, they're very expensive, I will warn you, can be upgraded to do more. Such as adding the vibration cell to this prototype vibroblade, I get a +2 physical damage bonus. Now that being said, it looks like we roll a D10 for damage. So there we go. And then we're going to take Karth with us.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a raid.
There was a patrol here just yesterday and they found nothing. Why do you Sith torment us?
That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouthed aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Well, so much for keeping a low profile. Did no damage to me, that's funny. Alright, let's hit 2 weapon fighting. Okay.
Ready.
Poor A-Skill. He should never have talked back to that Sith. Thankfully, you were here to step in and help us, human. When someone comes searching for this patrol, don't worry about the bodies. I will move them so it looks like they were killed elsewhere. That should throw the Sith off the track. With any luck, they won't be bothering us again for a while. And that's going to be all the time that we have. So until next time, Ryo Nakage 33 signing off.